It's Box Nation at a sellout Echo Arena in Liverpool. We're all set for the main event of the night. David Price, unbeaten, Scouser. Will it be the last hurrah for the A-Force, Audley Harrison? You can see in the ring there the 2nd Battalion Duke of Lancaster's Regiment, the drums platoon, all set. So is our MC, Craig Stephen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2nd Battalion Duke of Lancaster's Regiment. Ladies and gentlemen, the British and Commonwealth Heavyweight Championship, please welcome to the ring the challenger from London, Audley, A-Force Harrison.
The reaction of the crowd, as might have been anticipated, less than ecstatic. Here he comes. He said he's fighting for redemption. He's been making the right noises. He looks in shape. We've seen it so many times before. Will tonight be the night when Audley Harrison really fights? He was profoundly ashamed, I think, of his performance against David Hay. And he says that win, lose or draw, he'll go out of here with his head held high. It's a hostile reaction from the crowd.
It's loud, it's electric, you know, they're really jeering Audley, singing the songs to him already. This before he's even stepped foot in the ring. It's how he mentally reacts to this and how he reacts when the bell goes. That's the most important part of this fight for me, is how Audley turns up.
It's been a long journey. He always calls it that. But it's been a frustrating one as well. Into the Rocky music. Is he going to produce a Rocky performance?
He's got to. He's got to try his best to do so, and he's got to go out on a shield. Win, lose or draw, he's saying he's going to go out there happy, man. He's got to go out on a shield, win, lose or draw.
a huge reception awaits the champion. The ring to the great anthem of Liverpool. To the ring this is, and they are cheering into the rafters. The whole crowd seems to be on its feet cheering David Price to the ring. Biggest test of his career, it could be. All 6'8" of him. The British and Commonwealth heavyweight champion, David Price. Surely the biggest reception he's ever had by a country mile.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Echo Arena, Liverpool. And at this time, a very warm welcome to you, the viewers. Joining us live and exclusive for the best seat in the house. We're live on Box Nation, the home of boxing. Frank Maloney Promotions is very proud to bring you 12 rounds of boxing to decide the heavyweight championship of Great Britain and the Commonwealth. Our sponsors are Southern Metals, London's #1 for scrap metal recycling, Westminster Waste, Lonsdale and Loadings. All our officials ringside appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control. Our steward in charge, Mr. Jeff Bolter, Commonwealth representative, Mr. Robert Smith. Our 3 scoring judges are from All Hallows, Kent, Mr. Richie Davis. From Preston, Mr. Phil Edwards, and from Fleetwood, Mr. Steve Gray. Our inspectors, Steve Furness and Barry Coulson. Timekeeper from Warrington, Andrew East, and when the bell rings, referee in charge from Mar, Doncaster, Mr. Howard Foster. And so, ladies and gentlemen, in attendance here at ringside, the officials are ready. The boxers are ready! Are you ready for the main event? Between and introducing the challenger, boxing out of the red corner, wearing black shorts with white, official weight 17 stone and 7 pounds. Brings to the ring a 33-fight record, 28 wins, 21 inside the distance, only 5 defeats. dropped super heavyweight bronze in the 2008 Beijing Olympics. Right, he makes the first defence. And he is the reigning heavyweight champion of Great Britain and the Commonwealth. From Liverpool, the undefeated David Price.
Gates, not to go to the dressing room, you both know I expect to keep it clean, bring straight away in tow, not to touch your heads, but not too well, touch gloves. Well, lads.
Referee dwarfed by these two huge men. And what an atmosphere. What an atmosphere.
Electric, John, electric, really roof-raising, and that rendition of You'll Never Walk Alone, you'll swear you were at Anfield listening to that.
David Price, the man with the big right hand. Audley Harrison, as we've said, the southpaw, nearing his 41st birthday, fighting for some sort of boxing redemption. Just one win since that awful night against David Hay for Audley Harrison. Is David Price for real? Well, most people think he is. If Harrison can produce something of his best, then it might tell us a bit more about Price. Nothing landed in this first 40 seconds or so. At last, a jab from Price did just get through, a glancing blow.
The jab against the tall southpaw is a difficult shot to land as well, especially one who's going to try and counter you with a straight left hand coming back. It's hard, that's why there's a lot. Oh, nice shot.
Left hand, and now he wants to go to work on Harrison. In the opening round, the gum shield almost came out with that left hook. Oh, great shot. Terrific uppercut. And a tremendous right hand.
He's gone.
Harrison's out. He's out. He's out. The fight is all over. Devastating punching power from Price. Harrison's still down. Price celebrates, and Harrison is still poleaxed. He doesn't know what's happened.
That was a nice right hand. Audley was gone. I thought the referee, you know, I think he was trying to step in, but Price was just too on it, too sharp, too fast. Big right hand following it up. Audley didn't know where he was. Devastating punch power.
Well, he can most certainly hit. He really can. Harrison wasn't able to land anything. Price, once he cut loose, just destroyed him. And that, one suspects, will be the last we see as a fighter of Audley Harrison. He's now being helped up.
I think they need to keep him down, John. He's really badly hurt. I think they need to just keep him down. There's a big cut opened up on his forehead. That's where the blood's coming from. His nose seems to be gone as well. You know, they don't want to let him stand up in this condition. Leave him down, get the oxygen on him.
Well, he's being put on a stool. David Price did what he had to do. And what we do know is that when Price gets an opportunity, my goodness, he can hit. Harrison now is seated on a stool. A few boos and jeers from the crowd, which is unfair because he's got blood streaming from wounds on his face. And Price is punching in there. Okay, nothing came back, but it was devastating.
Frightening, really frightening punching power from David Price, and that's what you've got to expect of fellas 17.5, 18 stone, but fellas in the lean condition of David Price. Look at Price's legs. There's not a pick of fat on his legs. The muscle definition in his quads alone in the weigh-in yesterday is frightening. He's a unit. He's a big man, and someone with that speed and accuracy and punch technique hitting you, it's a different kettle of fish. It's not like the average man in the street.
Matt Skelton's sitting at ringside. They've talked about him getting in against David Price. It'll be interesting to know what he thought about that, because would you want to be on the receiving end of that sort of power? I think even the Klitschko's would have a look at that and think, well, we know he can hit.
I wouldn't want to take a shot like that for a big clock, honestly. Just the power of Pricey is frightening, and it finished him well as well. The finish was good. It wasn't too rushed. It was a very, very clinical finish, and he got him out there and did what he had to do.
Well, he's getting a phenomenal level of acclaim from this partisan Liverpool crowd. They love him here, and this bandwagon will only grow and grow. It's going to be an exciting ride.
It is, it certainly is, and Pricey said himself when he was asked about 6 or 8 months ago, you know, what do you think of you for the Klitschko's, and he said himself then, I'm 18 months away from that, but that was 8 months ago roughly. There's 10 months to go, and I firmly believe that he'll be ready. When he takes a shot, he won't only take the shot, he'll take it and he'll keep it, and he'll be able to defend whatever titles he takes from one of the Klitschko's, because I'd put him in any one of them now.
Derek Chisora, he would be another one in the mix, assuming he gets his licence back at some stage. That's surely going to happen before too long. Could be a better option than Matt Skelton, I don't know. Either way, those are two potentially interesting domestic fights, but it's not going to be long before David Price moves onwards and upwards. You can think about the European champion Kubrat Pulev. He'd be one, he'd possibly be an option, and of course the big two who are still there. But what a spectacular win from David Price. Harrison, I'm happy to say, has regained his senses. His gloves are being taken off inside the ring, and he's still seated on a stool, but he looks as though he's okay.
That's good news. That's very good news, John. Thank you very much indeed. Absolutely devastating performance. About a minute and a half it took for David Price to get Audley Harrison out of there. We'll keep you posted about Audley's condition, of course, but it looks as though he is okay. Devastating, Steve.
You know, the only way, listen, that was devastating. And before people start talking...
Yeah, I'm going to say it. Before you say anything, I'll say it for you as well.
Good.
Really, Audley Harrison here. I love the crowd here. That is bang out of order. Bang out of order. Go
You're
on.
absolutely right, Jim. You took the words right out of my mouth. But what I don't want people to do is to say, oh, Audley's shot. Oh, Audley's gone. OK? That's still a former Olympic champion, a guy that's mixed at the world level and never, ever been handled like that. Even David Hay didn't handle him like that, Jim.
Yeah.
That was devastating, and he needs to get David Price the full respect for that win tonight.
Absolutely. Steve Lillis in just a moment. I believe down at ringside, Steve, they are ready for the decision. Good to see Audley on his feet. Out of order, booing him. Let's go back there for the official decision. Good sportsmanship from David Price there as well. He knows what Audley Harrison has been through. Let's get back to Craig Stephen.
It takes great courage to step into a boxing ring at any level. Not least heavyweight. Please, let's hear it for both boxers in the ring. Our timekeeper records an official time of 1 minute 22 seconds into round number 1. Referee Harold Foster stops the contest. Your winner and still heavyweight champion of Great Britain and the Commonwealth, David Price.
There he is then, David Price, still unbeaten. Absolutely rousing reception here from the 8,000 plus sellout crowd in the Echo Arena, and he gave them a rousing performance too, and we would expect to see him back in action probably in early December, I would imagine. Now, Steve Lillis, let's just have a little look, shall we, at some of the brief, explosive action as Dave Price reclaims those belts. Here we go, Steve. Let's have a look.
The jab, the straight right there, that was about 20 seconds before it. And then you knew then he was hurt, and then it was an uppercut, and the fight was gone. And then one thing that Price does is finishes so well. We've seen that in the past, Bunsey.
Yeah, you said that earlier on, Stephen, he does. For a big lad who's 6'8", he doesn't look gangly, he doesn't move like he's 6'8", he still moves like he's 6'1", 6'2".
It's straight. I mean, obviously the comparison there, he does remind me of Lennox when he throws that right-hand shot as well.
And this is a 17.5 stone man landing flush on. No defences there from Harrison. And I'm very pleased that Howard Foster, the referee, jumped in Frank Maloney in the ring straight away. Those are Steve Bunt's big shots.
Stunning shots. You know, he's hurt him with a right hand, and he's hurt him again with another right hand. The final shot.
He's out. Look.
But he's out cold before he goes down. And by the way, Jim, he was hurt before then. Yeah. And what did Audley do? He stood there. He didn't quit. He got knocked cold there. Yeah. Absolutely cold.
He has gone out on his shield. That is for sure. As we look at these pictures, and good that he's out. He's out there completely.
He's asleep there, Jim.
I'm just pleased he has made a recovery from that. David, there goes Audley out of the arena. He has gone out on his shield from where we are watching. He has gone out on his shield. Still at ringside, still the champion, the local hero, David Price with Alex.
The big man's with me alongside Frank Maloney as well. Some people were saying you're on a hiding to nothing tonight. It was a no-win situation. I think you probably dispelled that. Was that as good as you could have been?
Well, the finish was as good as it could have been. Not enough happened in the fight to make it as good as it could have been. I probably need more rounds to see the best of myself. But the finish, I frighten myself sometimes, not just saying it. Go all the way through training camp and I never ever feel great until the last week, the last few days. I put the 10-ounce gloves on, start cracking the pads, and I know someone's onto the end of an iron on the Saturday night. And unfortunately for Audley, it was tonight, but I didn't really expect it to be that quick. God's honest truth, it's just you know, that power, that finish would have knocked anyone in the world out.
A lot of pressure with 8,000 people here, friends, family, the whole of Liverpool pretty much behind you. How did you deal with that pressure in the build-up?
In the build-up, do you know what? I soaked it all up. I enjoyed it, and I wanted to enjoy it because I'm going to have to get used to it because I'm going all the way to the top. I know I am with the team. We've got around. We've got Frank here. We've got Franny. You know, we've got a great team, and we're going all the way to the top together. And I need to enjoy these occasions because I'm going to be doing them plenty. So I soaked it all up and I enjoyed it, and obviously the performance spoke for itself, so I dealt with the pressure, no problem.
Let's bring Frank in. Frank's got his Union Jack kid on. I think we've seen this before on a heavyweight journey towards the top. Do you reckon you've got the right clothes and the right man to do it again?
Definitely. I mean, that punch would have knocked anyone out, you know, one of the Klitschko's of the night, anyone. But you've got to give Audley credit, whatever you want to, but he did come to fight tonight, you know, and he came out trying to fight. But this man, you know, I saw him in the dressing room. He was knocking holes in the walls in there. He was desperate to get ahead, desperate to please this crowd, desperate to please the people of Great Britain, to show that we've got a future heavyweight champion of the world.
I spoke to David Hay in the ring back in July, and I said, that performance, what sort of message do you think that sent around the world? I think that's a fair question to ask you now.
Yeah, it's probably sent a bit of a message out. I mean, I don't think anyone would jump at the chance of fighting me because of the power I possess. And, you know, will have sent a message out, but I just like to say Audley Harrison has come in for a lot of stick right throughout his career, but we need to remember this man won an Olympic gold medal for our country, and he probably, you know, inspired a generation of boxers to come through. So, and you know, he's had no disgraceful career. He's a European champion, world title challenger, and I've just dealt with him like that. So, you know, I'm really happy with that result and performance.
It's really well said, really well said. Frank, we were talking earlier on tonight about Matt Skelton. I mean, that's the sort of performance that will have people looking a bit higher. What next?
Yeah, we're going to look at defending the title. Matt Skelton's out there. But if Tyson Fury wants to come and fight, instead of being a coward and twittering on Twitter that he wants to fight, let's go. There's £500,000 on the table. He's never seen that. We will make that fight next if he's brave enough to come forward and stop using Twitter to send that stupid messages.
So Tyson Fury says yes, it's on.
Of course it's on. That's the fight the whole of Britain want to see. It's the fight Box Nation viewers want to see.
How important would it be? I mean, that's two fights for that. Would you like to have a third and then keep that?
Yeah, I'd like to keep the Lonsdale belt, no doubt about it. But this is a business, and if a bigger opportunity comes along and it means for me to leave the belt and move on, then you know we've got to do it like that. But as far as defending it, if there's challenges you would think will be a good defence against, like Fury, then we'll go with that. But if no one's interested in Britain, then we'll move on to the next step.
Great to have Franny alongside you as well with Frank. What's it like to fight on a stage like this with your people on your back?
Really can't tell you how much it means to me. I mean, these people have come out to support me, and I'm just one of them. And it means the world to me that they obviously you know, they've got high expectations of me. They're expecting me to go far, and they're putting a lot of faith in me, and they're spending their hard-earned wages to come and watch me, and that means the world to me. And I'm a proud Scouser, always will be, and obviously I'm proud to be British as well. A lot of people have travelled from all over the country, and you know, I'm going to do this country proud.
You didn't get many rounds in there. You could probably do the Liverpool Marathon tomorrow.
Yeah, I might go and do that. I'm not the best at runners, though, am I, Frank?
It's a brilliant show. Well done to you all. Well done.
Thanks a lot.
Well done down there, Alex. Well, don't go away. We've got a fight. It could well be the fight of the night as well. Audley against Dale Miles for the final eliminator for the British light welterweight title. We're going to be showing you that one in a few minutes' time. Let's pick up there, shall we, on what he was saying. Pick up a guess on that challenge to Tyson Fury. £500,000 on the table for him if he fancies it.
Well, the Fury's the natural fight. They fought as amateurs. David won it. Fury has been disputing the decision ever since. Fury relinquished the British title after giving Derek Delboy Chisora a boxing lesson. He's gone off over here. It is a natural fight. And to be honest with you, Jim, it's a stadium fight. It's not just the Klitschko's over in Germany that do business like that. David Price against Tyson Fury. There isn't an indoor arena unless it's the Millennium. They can go outdoor anywhere. That's as simple as that, Steve, yes?
Yeah, Pricey would have it at Anfield if he could. But what, do you see him there? Do you look at him now? We asked the question right at the top of the show. What was it? Upper 6, 4 to 7. Do you see him there as the future of world heavyweight boxing?
He'll definitely fight. I mean, this British title, show how much this means on a global scale. The last 30 years, there's been 24 champions. 8 of them have fought for or won versions of the world title, proper world titles. And David is going to go on. I'm sure he can win the world title. And as Buncey said, it's a much bigger fight than fighting in December for a British title against Tyson Fury. Frank offered £500,000. When they eventually fight, if they stay unbeaten for another 12, 18 months, there's a lot more money on the table.
There's just one little point, and I'd like to answer it reasonably briefly. He said in the interview when we sat on the cop there, I want to knock him out. I don't want to hurt him. He hurt him in there tonight, didn't he?
He did hurt him. He was out cold. You know, you picked up on it straight away, Jim, and you had your little rant there, which is going to become a YouTube sensation, and you were right to do it. Yeah. And he did hurt him. Thankfully, Audley got up and looked okay. And you know what? David was one of the first to congratulate Audley. Yeah.
What we also saw there is what we were saying before, how spiteful and nasty David Price. He might not say a lot and keep things close to his chest. He's nasty, spiteful man.
He's nasty, he is spiteful, and he is still the British and Commonwealth heavyweight champion. David Price, after a very quick night's work, no sign of any marathons for him here. Audley Harrison finished in the first round. We will try and have a word with Audley before we leave, if he wants to speak to us, of course. Well done, Pricey, in front of his adoring fans. Did not walk alone. He triumphed in very, very quick time. More boxing action to come. Do not go away.